What a pain in the... That's bizarre. That's the right woofer. The blue is the left woofer. See how it's right underneath it? That's not where it is in here.
Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk to you about upgrading the sound system in a 2023 Porsche 911 with the base audio system. A lot of these vehicles out there didn't get the Bose upgrade option or Burmeister due to supply chain issues. I had one such client contact me wanting to explore what his options were. There's a lot of great Porsche specific speaker upgrade kits out there. We could have done a very elaborate audio upgrade like the Focal P60, for example. They made a limited run of those, 911 kits. It's a beautiful speaker system upgrade, but probably a little bit more invasive than he was looking to do, and probably a little bit more money than he was looking to spend. You don't have to dump crazy amounts of money into a vehicle to get a nice audio upgrade. My approach to this was very similar to what we do in BMWs. There was a lot of BMWs that weren't made with the Harman Kardon system because of those supply chain issues with COVID in 2020, 2021, 2022, etc. And a lot of car manufacturers were like, we're just not even going to include the option because we can't get the parts to do it. In those BMWs, we do a lot of the Match series amplifier upgrades, the up 8, up 10 DSP, similar type of upgrade that you would see with the Bimmertech Alpha 1 series, same concept where we're not modifying anything, we're reusing the original speakers in the car, we're using a T-harness, so it's a very clean, minimally invasive installation, and we're using the very powerful software that Audiotec Fischer offers in their Match amplifiers to get the client that oomph, that upgrade that they were really missing and really hoping for. I am a huge fan of the whole Match lineup. This is their up 6 DSP. I've been using this in a lot of more basic audio installs where we're just running everything actively. They have the 8 channel, they have the 10 channel. All of these are gonna have an additional channel for DSP to go out to a separate subwoofer amplifier, which is awesome. So if you do wanna do a full elaborate sound system, you can, but if you're just looking to really make your stock system sound a lot better, with the factory speakers, you can do this amp upgrade, and with professional tuning, using RTA, pink noise, and oscilloscope, you can really get the maximum performance potential out of those factory speakers. And for most of our clients, that's all they need, that's all they were looking for, and it makes a total night and day difference, a transformation, is what one of our last clients said. You know, I knew you were gonna upgrade the sound system of my car, I didn't know you were gonna transform it. Those were George's words. So that was the approach that I took with this car. And not having done one before, I did a lot of research because I wanted to make sure I had everything I need. I had all my ducks in a row ready to go for John when the car actually got here. So I scrolled through, all the forums and found, okay, yes, people have done this upgrade in this particular car with this equipment. I found a nice T-harness from Audiotec Fischer that is going to make the install nice and easy, keep it all clean with no modifications. And despite all of the research that I did preparing for this car to arrive, it still had its challenges. Check it out. Today at the shop, John is working on this 2023 Porsche 911 with the base audio system. Because of the chip shortage, it's not uncommon to find these vehicles without the premium sound. And so what we're doing is installing the Match up 10 DSP using a vehicle-specific harness. This harness is going to make the install nice and clean with no modifications, but we had to find out where the head unit connection was. It's not behind the screen, and it's not behind the glove box, which is where we thought it would be originally. It's actually right here in the center console, that single DIN chassis. On ProDemand, they call that the central computer. So if you're using ProDemand, I suggest you look it up that way so you can find out how to take everything apart. But that is where you're going to find that 9003 harness. You can make your T-harness connection there. John is going to end up putting the amplifier in the factory location in the floor. I'll get some more shots as he goes along with it. But I just want to give a quick tip on where that connection is going to be because it took us a while to figure it out. And hopefully that will save you time.
Can't wait to fire it up.
Hopefully the positive negatives are all correct on their harness.
During some of my research online, I recalled seeing one or two people talking about how one of the door speakers wasn't pinned properly. So I wasn't sure if that was something we were going to run into, because a lot of the information I was seeing online was being posted secondhand, coming from the people that actually own the car, not the people that actually worked on the vehicle.
Red and blues.
Yeah.
That's the right woofer. The blue is the left woofer. See how it's right underneath it? The two right underneath?
Yeah.
That's not where it is in here. You have the right woofer here. I don't know if you can see it. On top, like here.
Okay.
But then the other woofer skips a whole row.
Yeah, I can see there's a gap there.
And it goes diagonal.
Okay.
So it skips a row and it goes diagonal.
So if you do this install with this vehicle-specific harness, you have to be aware that it's not pinned correctly for the driver's side woofer in the door.
In the doors. So which means, I don't know, I have to look at the back of the radio.
Okay.
What a pain in the ish. There we go. And pop them both.
Is that too low for that amp?
No.
Okay. The Match Up 10 DSP features 8 channels that push out 65 watts RMS with a 4-ohm load, and additional 2 channels that are higher powered at 90 watts RMS with 4-ohm load. Those 2 higher output channels are 2-ohm stable at 160 watts, so that's what we will be using for the door speakers.
Left woofer. It's going up. 2.7. It's getting warm. That's all. 2.6.
Those are the door woofers
Those are the door woofers.
that you just repinned.
Yes. Left. Right. We are good to go. Let me check the other connection.
You gonna check the impedance or the polarity?
Yeah, we could do that. 2.6 on the rear. Look at that.
Oh.
0.6 on your rear right. 2.56 on the rear left. And I can check the front right. 4.4. Okay. And then the other one I'll have to
That was
check.
the mids or 4.4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2.5, 2.5. The rears are 2.5 as well. That's very strange.
I think it's a component set, and I think they're tied in together.
Okay. And the mid ranges are 4.5.
The mids are 4. Okay.
And there's no center in this one.
I can't tell. I mean, it looks like it's going in when you do that.
Now that John has tested and verified all of the speaker wiring, toned out and verified polarity and resistance, he can actually move on to the tuning process. The Match Up 10 DSP utilizes Audiotec Fischer's robust tuning software. In simple terms, this software features a 30-band EQ per channel plus digital time alignment, which enables us to create a completely centered and perfected soundstage for the driver's listening position. But the reality is there is so much more to this software, including various tools like signal routing, virtual center channel, augmented bass enhancement, clarity expansion, extensive crossover options, signal input analyzers, plus signal input EQ, and a built-in RTA, and so much more. In the right hands, this software becomes a virtual sound mixing board, so we can re-engineer the audio coming out of your car stereo. The vast array of tools enables us to extract the maximum performance potential that is just waiting to come out of your original or aftermarket equipment. With the DSP settings dialed in, it was time to deliver the car back to the client. He was thrilled with the results. The enhanced stereo performance was exactly what he was looking for. But then a couple days later, he reached out to us for some help. He told us everything was great for a few days until he started seeing this goodbye message, and his radio would shut off. He would turn the car off, let it sit, turn it back on a couple hours later, and all would be fine. A few times during the installation process, the car tried to do over-the-air updates, and each time, John declined it. The client told us when he got the car back, it also asked him to do the update as well, and he proceeded with it, but recalled seeing the message that one update failed. We tried rebooting the radio in engineering mode to reset it and see if we could get it to complete the update. After the reset, it was fine for just a few days before it happened again. John reached out to an old friend of his at our local Porsche dealership who was the current shop foreman. His friend confirmed an update had failed and he completed it manually. But he also noted the radio was completely locked up and unable to complete the update until he removed the generic iPhone cable connected to the USB. It had never occurred to John or I to try removing the cable because it was not actually connected to anything. He advised us and the client to only use the original Apple cable with these sensitive radios. It appeared that the random shutting down was due to an incomplete over-the-air update. However, appearances can be deceiving. A few days after the manual update was completed, it happened again. At this point, we all assumed there had to be something else pinned incorrectly, or the T-harness was just adding extra resistance somewhere that this Porsche radio just did not like. We got the car back at the shop, and John proceeded to disassemble the T-harness and only utilize the speaker wire portion of it. This meant the original car harness was directly connected to the radio to supply power, ground, and communication. He did have to tap into one part of this harness for the driver and passenger door woofers, but thankfully this did the trick and resolved the intermittent shutting down. Throughout this process, we kept in touch with MSC America, and although they had heard about the woofer wiring variation on some models, they didn't have any tech bulletins or notes at this time, which is why I wanted to document it and share this video. As is typical with our luck, a few weeks after we resolved it, we learned there was a new harness to cover this variation, the matched PP-PAM 92B. So don't make our same mistake and order the PP-VAG 2.6 if you have a 2023 Porsche 911 non-Bose and are looking to do this match upgrade. In the end, the client was very happy with the overall end result. The match up 10 DSP delivered the detail, the punch, the clarity, the richness, and the depth that he was just missing from that anemic factory base audio system. If you're looking to upgrade the audio system in your Porsche and you are in the tri-state area, contact our shop, Sounds Incredible Mobile. We are located in Brookfield, Connecticut, and we'd love to be able to help you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.